Hi guys, welcome back to another speed build in a Sims 4. I'm Kiko Builds, and for today's video we are building a tiny home on the docks in Brindleton Bay in the docks area or neighborhood, and it's a 20 by 15 lot if I'm not mistaken, and we're building this is a real tiny house. I think we are in the tier 2, so we have 64 tiles out of 64 for this, and we get some perks with it, as you may know. So yeah, when I started building this house here, it's been a long time. I started building it back in September last year, and I started it because I had been at the time building a lot and playing a lot in Chestnut Ridge and building ranches and stuff and whatnot, and I wanted and needed a change. So that's why I decided to go to a place that looked nothing like Chestnut Ridge and build something that looked nothing like a ranch. And so I ended up on the docks with this tiny home here. So I started out with the original idea. I mean, the original idea for this house was for it to be blue and white, like the typical, those two typical colors for sailing, and for the sea, blue and white. But as you could tell by the thumbnail of the video and the introduction also of the video, the house turned out to be a completely different color scheme, completely different color. Yeah, this is because I originally started it in September. Then I run out of inspiration, and I didn't really know what I wanted for it. I didn't like how it looked, what it looked like, and I tried to come back many times to it with no avail. But then recently, just maybe yesterday, I decided to come back to it, and when I started doing the interior had a completely different look. It didn't really match with the exterior. The exterior that I was going for originally was a tiny, very cutesy home, white and blue, a lot of flowers everywhere, a lot of colors, something very cheerful, very, yeah. And the interior turned out completely different, with the colors weren't matching, and I thought it was kind of okay, that's a nice contrast. But then afterwards I decided upon changing the exterior for it to match a little more with the interior. You'll see it a little later in the video, obviously. But yeah, what I had in mind also for this house was that I wanted it to be kind of a mix of modernity, or modern house, and traditional, because we are in Brindleton Bay. As you can see, the walls that are the blue walls are the walls. I think all the wallpapers that I used come from cats and dogs, and they are on the traditional side of architecture, and the modern side of this house would have been actually the shape of it, but then I went and changed everything for the exterior, so we ended up with I think, yeah, it's just one color on the exterior. But anyways, we will come back to it when we will get back to the exterior. But now you're seeing the interior, and as you can see, I also was trying to figure out what color scheme I wanted for the interior. I really went in for this house just not knowing what I wanted really. And for the interior, I tried different swatches for the walls, different type of walls, different textures, also for the floorings as well. And then I settled for a dark color scheme, still in the blues. We have a dark blue here, and I really love this color. And also the flooring is black, steel wood, because yes, we are on the docks, so a lot of wood. So this tiny house turned out being a 1-bedroom house. Of course, it's a tiny home, but I could have fitted a 2nd bedroom if I wanted, but we have 1 large bedroom and 1 tiny bathroom with just 1 toilet cabinet and a shower. If they want to wash their hands, they will have to use the kitchen sink. The bedroom is kind of large for a tiny home because I also wanted them to have a desk or study area, and so I placed them in the bedroom. Also, I placed some items for the cat in the bedroom as well, because we are in Brindleton Bay. I absolutely had to have a pet in this household, so I settled for a cat, and so we have a cat tree. We have two cat trees actually, a football, we have the litter box, and the bed for the cat. We also have, it's not that tiny of a home because I think the spaces are kind of acceptable in terms of space that we have. Here you can see the living room that I placed the love seat from Cats and Dogs. I think I've never ever placed this love seat in any of my builds before. And also 2 armchairs that are actually poofs, and one of them comes from Cats and Dogs. I'm not too sure. I think so, the round one. Now we're seeing the kitchen, and the kitchen is I built the kitchen with the cabinets and the counters from Dream Home Decorator, and I think the colors match perfectly with the walls, with the interior of this home here, and I love it. It's not that tiny of a kitchen. We still have some countertop spaces, and I had to place the clutter. The clutter don't actually take up space on the counters. The way that I place them is that I place them over the counters. I mean, yeah, they don't take up space, so you have a lot of free countertops to be able to cook here in this house. All the paintings as well that I placed on the walls are also from Cats and Dogs. I tried to place many items from Cats and Dogs, and because we are in their world, in the Brindleton Bay. Yeah, so now you're seeing the dining area. The dining room tried many combinations with different chairs and trying to find something that looks a little modern but not too modern. What I wanted for the interior is that what you can see is that we have kind of a mixture of modernity and traditional kind of style. The traditional style is evidenced by the living room area with the love seat and the little poof. The kitchen is quite modern with the Dream Home Decorator appliances and stuff, and now with the dining area, I think those chairs, I settled for the chairs that came from high school years, I guess. I really love the style of these chairs. So yeah, I think they looked good in this environment here. Now placing the curtains, I chose the Dream Home Decorator ones with a dash of yellow in them, so that's why I went and also changed the swatch for the rug with a dash of yellow. Also the poof, I chose the yellow swatch for it, and I think it looks good like that. I really like that. I didn't want to have too many. I thought it was too tame to have just black and blue, so I had to add a little touch of yellow here and there, and I like it. Now we are in the bedroom, this bedroom of the owner. As I told you, we have a desk, an office space or a study area with this little desk from the base game. I think it's from base game, or is it from City Living? Not sure. So yeah, just a normal little bedroom. I think I added some accent walls that came from Dream Home Decorator just to lighten up the mood a little in this blue bedroom here. And as I didn't have enough space to add a dresser, I had to place those rack of clothes that came from the base game, and also I placed a little shelf. I think that's the immaculate shelf that I placed some items on there. I don't know if you are someone who plays with the dresses to kind of change your sims. I never play with dresses. I always click, I don't know, I'd always click shift or something. I don't even remember what the keys are. It's just so automatic now. If I want to enter cast, I never use a closet, but or a dresser. So if you do, I think you will be able to place one somewhere on this slot here. Now we are back outside, and this is where I came back to this. This is actually when I came back to this slot yesterday, I think. And we are changing up the colors and the textures of the outside walls. I chose wood sidings from Drawing Together because I think they look a little more modern in the wood sidings category, and I chose the brown ones and also the black ones. And yeah, so it gives the house, it gives a more modern look to the house from the exterior, and also changed the roof covers with something that is, I think it's kind of a metal sheet, so the house looks a little more modern on the exterior. I also got rid of all the flowers because the flowers, the landscaping that I had was kind of something that looked more like cottage style of landscaping, with a lot of flowers, bushes, wildflowers, a lot of colors. And because I wanted to the house to look a little more modern, I had to get rid of all these colors and keep it green, just green. And yeah, I think it does the trick. It does the trick, and I really love how it turned out. Now for the little leisure area on the side and outside of the house, because we are on the docks, I cannot really put grass everywhere. I just placed some, to me they are some planters where you have the landscaping around the house. It's like big planters that they place on the docks around the house, and they planted those trees and those bushes. I also added some planters for gardening, a picnic area with a barbecue grill and a picnic table, also the lounge chairs for them to enjoy the nice weather and sunbathe. And I think that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more in the future. Hope to see you next time for my next video, and in the meantime, take care. Bye.